And I've been raising them, like I said, since they were 5 years old. My boys are now 9. So it's been a journey for me, man. Raising 3 children alone. It's been a battle, and the hardest battle for me, it ain't really raising my children. The real battle for me basically has been trying to find a proper babysitter for my babies when I'm working. And yes, I do have a 14-year-old daughter now that I just literally got guardianship over about a couple of months ago. She's been basically in and out of foster home or foster care for the past maybe a couple of months, but before then she was just living with just random people here and there. Her mom going through some things. I'm not going to talk about her, but she's going through some mental changes and mental battles in her life, and at this point in time she's just not capable of being that sound structured mother that the kids need. So I've had my boys with me, like I said, once again, ever since they were 5 years old. They're 9 now. So the hardest thing for me as far as transitioning is trying to find a proper babysitter for my children so I can get out here and do the things I need to do as a man to be really productive. And to be transparent, I can put my own bullshit out there, so it won't leave room for nobody else to try to distort my view or my character or whatever the case is. But I wasn't always that guy, man, to stand up and be a stand-up father. I was a sorry-ass dad back in the day, man. In my younger day, my early 20s and 30s, I just didn't have it. I just didn't have what it took. I didn't have what it took to be that man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't taught how to be a father. I wasn't taught how to be a man growing up. I just had to wing everything, man. And I've lost so much in the process of trying to figure out who I am as a man. And I've failed and I've screwed up so many different relationships. And I'm not going to say that a lot of women didn't have a part in the relationships going bad. I'm just talking about what I did to neglect the relationship on my own. Man, I didn't have the proper tools, man. And, you know, growing up in a place to where you come from the projects, you don't have anything, and now you feel like you have to compensate for growing up in the projects, not having a car, not having a home, a proper home, not having a dad, you know, having a mother who was, you know, broken and had battle scars, not only from her childhood, because she didn't have the things that I needed to have as a child coming up. So she didn't have the tools that was necessary to give me everything that I needed as an upcoming young man in this world, but she did the best that she could. And I'm proud of my mom for doing what she did. It was hard on her, it was hard on me. She just did the best that she could with the best that she had. I mean, with what she had, and I really appreciate her for doing that for me. And shout out to all the other women in the family that helped raise me, because the men really weren't there like that, man. I had one uncle, I will truly say, even though he was a mess and he was out there in and out of jail and stuff, man, he took more time with me than anybody. So I'll give a shout out to my Uncle Jim Bug. I love the fuck out of you, man. I love you, dude. Thank you for the time you did share with me. But man, I just didn't have the tools, dude. Like I didn't know what it was gonna take to get me where I needed to be. So I failed miserably at life in certain areas, man. I really did. And to the people in the world that I can no longer contact, man, I'm so humbly sorry. I'm so humbly apologetic for the shit that I put y'all through in that stage of my life, man. Y'all didn't deserve to be treated the way you were, or manipulated or lied to or whatever. I apologize humbly. I really do. This ain't for no motherfucking views. This ain't no for no motherfucking money, none of that. It's just me being transparent, and I think the world needs to know what true transparency look like coming from somebody who's been properly healed, right? And at the same time, yeah, I have goals, man, I want to achieve in my life. And to any other single dad out there, man, just know that I support you, man, and you can do this. I just went grocery shopping. I just spent about maybe $300 on stuff, man, trying to get my children straight for a few weeks. And man, if there's anybody out there, man, who maybe and may not have children, who want a place to stay, There's gonna be free room and board. I'm not gonna charge you anything. I preferably rather have somebody that doesn't have children, so that way my children can get all the healthy attention that they need. But yeah, man, I need that help. I need that good woman in my life that could help me with my children. Babysitting wise, I'll pay you. You ain't got to pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be everything. It's gonna be everything. So, I'm putting this out there because I do need assistance, man. I'm not gonna sit there and lie and pretend that I don't need assistance with watching my children, so I can go out here. And I want to go so hard, man, to the point where I come home, all I want to do is lay down, because my kids deserve me to push my hardest for them, because I come up without anything, just about, man. My children went through that stage with their mother being born into the projects. Then they were born into the projects. Their daddy was born into the projects. Man, I'm trying to break that curse. I'm trying to break that cycle of poverty. And it's just so hard, man, being a single dad, trying to get out here and be productive for your children when they're only a certain age and they can't be left home alone for so long. And yeah, I got a 14-year-old daughter. She could probably watch them, but for right now, man, with me having guardianship over her, DSS want to come around and do these house visits here and there and check up on her, and then they're telling me that they don't want me leaving which are her brothers, on her, which she told me. She was like, man, I don't have a problem with that. They're my brothers, dude. Like, they don't give me a hard time. But with them, DSS involved, with her being placed with me and everything, they're making things a lot harder for me than it really needs to be. So it's been difficult, man. Some days I've had to call out of work. Some days I've had to leave work early to go pick them up from early events, school letting out early, or they don't have school. And it's like, dude, it can be a little stressful sometimes. It can really be a little stressful sometimes, man. It's not a burden to me at all. It's fun raising my children. It's just sometimes it's just inconveniencing, because when I want to go to work and make that extra money for my babies, man, or I want to go out here and work an extra job for my babies and do what it do, I can't, because I'm restricted on how long I can leave my kids at home. They can't be here alone. Like, I got family, but at the end of the day, man, a lot of my family got their own children to look after. My poor mama, she been working in a daycare system for like 35 years. She is burnt out on watching children, dude. I knew she would help me to a degree, but my mama only got a 1-bedroom apartment. So I don't want to put that kind of burden on her if I don't have to. And she's getting back into the field of work because her retirement ain't kicking in on time. So she's got to get back out there and work. And if there's anybody out there, man, who wouldn't mind coming to the Carolinas for a while, I'll make sure I pay you. You'll have a place to lay your head. You'll eat. I got 3 cars. You can choose between any 3 cars to use, if that's the case, to get around if you don't have a vehicle. I just need some help, man. I'm breaking generational curses in my family, man. Like, I think for right now, there was only one other man in my family, in my entire family, in generations and generations, to ever have to be a single father. And I think that was my uncle. One of my uncles raised his boys for a while alone. And I take my hat off to my uncle, because, I know that wasn't the easy thing to do. And now I'm the second one in my family to carry that load, and it's hard. And it's only hard because I can't focus and as a man like I want to, and not have anybody in place for my children to make sure they're safe, to make sure they're watched after, so I can really get out here. At the age I am now, I'm 44 years old, and it just hit me a few years ago, like, bro, you're at the age now, you should want more in life, and I do. And it's not for me, it's for my kids, man. Like, they deserve, I'm not saying I want to shower them with luxury. I just want them to be comfortable and content, man, and not to have to worry about this and that. And it can be a little overwhelming sometimes. And to any man out there, man, that's a father, being a father is really important to your children, man. I didn't realize how much of an impact a man makes in raising his children, dude. We bring structure. We bring wisdom with us, and knowledge and power. Men are placed in some places or position of power. You know, God put us here for a reason. And the reason why the world is failing so much because we as men are failing and we're bickering over land and properties and countries and everything else besides focusing on raising these children and bringing these children up in this world and being husbands and brothers and leaders. So sometimes it can be a little overwhelming when you're trying to get out here and make career moves and you're limited, man. And, you know, and a full household is not complete unless you got two parents in the house, man. That's a complete home for children. You know what I'm saying? A single parent household, no matter how we put it, it's not complete. It's not complete. It's not complete because you're missing the other person. You know, it takes a man and a woman to equal out the balance of a home a lot of times. You know, yeah, a woman can raise children and a man can do it, but it takes an equal balance to bring the equal balance of femininity, to bring the equal balance of masculinity in the home, and to teach these children how two people coexist together and make things happen in love, and sometimes through trial and tribulation, and sometimes through triumph. You know, they just need to know and see that. But that's not the fact for everybody. But you guys should just continue to pray for me, man. My faith is where it is. I trust the Most High, man. I trust Jesus. I trust Him. I trust my Lord and Savior with everything. God is so amazing. You know, He created the heavens and the earth, and He gave His Son on my behalf so that I can still be here. So I trust Him. You know, everything happens in His timing. But I love you guys, man. Continue to pray for your boy, man. And come me on this journey. Being a single dad and playing this race, and we're going to do this together.